Hey everybody, Curtis here, going to do another demo for you. This time I'm going to demo my Swart 112 combo amplifier. I've used this in about 99% of my demos so far through 2012 and into early in 2013 here. It's a great little amp. Going to use my Fender Custom Swap Esquire for this, a Lawler Special T in the bridge, and I'll just let you listen a little. So that was guitar, straight into the amp, no reverb, no tremolo. Just a little bit about the amp. It's about 18 to 20 watts. It's got a 12-inch Mojo British Vintage Series speaker in it. It's a 6v6, twin 6v6s, and I got a couple of JJs in there, an old Lowry organ tube, and a couple older vintage tubes that have scratched off whatever they were. I think an RCA tube or something. I'm not 100% certain. Sounds great though. Love it the way it is. I did two changes to the amp since I got it. I replaced the back plate so that I have an internal, external switch so I can run out and then back in. And I would need that when I run the Swart Nightlight. I thought I was really going to use this a lot to get a decent tone when rehearsing or practicing at lower volumes. I haven't really used it that much. The low volume on the amp is actually surprisingly toneful. But it is great, and I do have it if necessary. I don't use it for recording demos. The other thing that I did, it's kind of weird, I replaced the rubber feet on the bottom of the amp. It did have little feet on there, brought it a lot closer to the carpet, and I just find that kind of changes things. Get it up, let the cab resonate a little bit more, so they're a little bit bigger feet. It's about 3/4, maybe 1 inch off the carpet. And controls, it's got two inputs. I'm in the high right now. And volume, tone control, then space, which is what they call reverb. It's a tube reverb, and then speed and depth, tube tremolo there, and power and a launch switch. And I've also plugged in a foot switch to control the reverb and the tremolo. So they're foot switchable. It's a great amp, really pretty looking, really well built. Really, I have zero complaints with it. Michael Swart makes great stuff. This one was signed by him 2006. It's I think around 114 or maybe 140 is the serial number. And yeah, and I really like it. It's my #1 amp. Actually, it sort of dethroned my Vox AC30 as my #1. And so let's just go over some controls here. I'll show you the reverb first. And so here's the guitar with no reverb. And I'll just add a little bit. The space knob, the reverb knob, is actually at about 2 there, so it's probably hardly noticeable. Just turn that off. Now with it on. I don't like a lot of reverb generally. That's probably about where I'd leave it. But let's just turn up the space knob. Here it is at about 5 now. Let's crank it a little bit more at about 8 now. let's crank it all the way. So that's the reverb, and those of you that like it, it's got it. It's a tube reverb, so it's a little bit different. So let's just turn that off. Now we'll move on to the tremolo, and I'll just let you listen to that for a little bit. So it's a really great sounding reverb. I'll turn the speed up and the depth up a little bit, both around 8.5, 9 maybe, and and then I'll back it off, bring back the speed, bring back the depth a little bit. Let's try something different. So it's a really, really great reverb and great tremolo. I'll just show you the tone. It can get really bright, especially with this guitar. By the way, I do often use this guitar in demos. It only has a bridge pickup. It is really bright. I actually backed the tone knob off about almost a quarter. And it sounds great to me, but some people do find it a little bit bright, and I'm sorry if that is the case for you. That's the Canadian coming out of me, apologizing in the middle of a demo. Here is the tone, and I'm just going to I'm going to show you where I normally play it, and then I'll lower it. So that was brighter than I normally have it. I normally have it at about 4. I dropped it down to almost maybe 1 there, and I played 4, I played 1, then I just played 8. So this is 8 again, and then I'll crank it up all the way. And this is where I would normally play the tone knob. And so now I'll just show you some of the volume that's on tap with this. I've been playing it at 7. It's a little bit of a clean tone, and it's just sort of on the edge. When I get up to 8, it starts to break up a little bit and gets in some really nice territory. So I'll actually drop it down, show you where it is at when it's at 2. just so you know the tone that it gets at a low volume. If you need to practice at home, working on scales, whatever the case is, and you like to actually have your amp on and have a respectable tone coming out of it, you could certainly turn up the volume and use the attenuator. I sometimes use that, but you can actually get a decent low volume. So here's the low volume. And then I'll go to 6. Actually, I'll go back to 7 where I was. And then I will crank it up to about 8.5 here now. And you just see the difference between 7 and about 8.5. And I'm on the verge of feedback right there. I could crank it a little bit more. Gets really crunchy. I'll just do it here really quickly for a second. So there you have it, everybody. My Swart AST 112 combo. Not sure if I said this is a 2006, so it's a little bit older. Michael Swart did make this one. I'm not sure if he makes all of them now because they've become a much bigger company. They've just come out with a stereo amplifier that I'd really be excited to try, and really, really cool stereo cab for it as well. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. As always, like if you like, dislike if you have to, but I want you to have a great day regardless. So thanks for watching.